Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. First off, let me ask you a question from trader to trader. Have you ever been in a spot where you're looking at a situation and your confidence is there because you have confidence, but is it enough confidence to actually want to put money on the line? And you sort of just, you're not quite sure. And I thought this image perfectly summarizes kind of what's going on in our brain sometimes as traders is how confident am I? Should I be more confident? And am I not, or am I overconfident, right? We have this mental battle of, well, is this a good enough circumstance to put our money on the line? And what I've discovered in the world of futures trading is the way they're set up, they allow us a very, very nice and convenient solution to this, as I'll call it, a confidence problem when we're not quite sure where we want to be. Now, I'll do a little explaining along the way, but if you want to learn more about futures, then I do offer a totally free 4-part series. I'll put a link in the description box for you to get it started. But a couple quick little kind of other things other than what I'm about to show you. First off, pattern day trading rule. There is no pattern day trading rule. Second, they're basically open around the clock. Now, they're not open on Saturdays, but they're open basically Sunday evening all the way till Friday afternoon. And that means you have a whole lot of flexibility within your schedule. So if you're somebody with a tighter schedule, maybe that can also pique your interest. But like I said, what I'm about to show you, but combining that with no pattern day trading rule and good schedule flexibility, hopefully that maybe intrigues you more to want to learn more. So like I said, I'll put a link down below to this class. And moving forward, I'll explain a couple things, but definitely if you want to learn more, you're going to have to check out that class. Now, as traders, we want to be smart. How am I defining smart? We want to be wise with our money. How am I defining wise with our money? We want to be focused on risk, right? Risk management, risk control, that is the name of the game when it comes to trading. So we always want to be smart, and that's where the confidence conflict comes from is, I don't know, is this actually smart to be risking my money on this situation? Which is smart. That means you are in a good spot. You're thinking the right way. But what we have here when futures is a way to allow you to get involved in a smarter way, or in other words, get involved in a way that's way less risky. So what do I mean? Well, here we are looking at a situation, and just for example's sake, we're looking at this and you're saying, yeah, I see this bear pennant pattern. So yeah, the bear pennant's there, but I like it. I don't quite love it. And you're just conflicted. You're not quite sure because there is confidence, but is there enough confidence for you to take the trade? So in the vast majority of situations outside of futures, you've got to abandon ship. You've just got to go find something else, but not so in the world of futures. So right here, we are on and looking at the NQ. And the NQ, again, like I said, if you want more of the details of how futures work, check out that class. But the NQ, in a nutshell, there's just higher risk with it. It's very volatile. It can move quickly. So sure, you can make a lot of money, but that's a two-sided coin. You can lose a lot of money very quickly. So it's just a higher risk situation. But what's nice is you can go and trade the same exact pattern at lower risk. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's come over here and let's go to, as I'll call it, the little brother of the the NQ, the MNQ, which stands for micro. Micro meaning, let's just look at it from a risk perspective. The risk is micro compared to the ES. But notice this pattern. I'm going to hit enter and notice that pattern. Here's a spoiler. It's not going to change really at all. So there we go. I'll go do that again. So here's the MNQ, the micro, the little brother. Let's go look at the big brother here. Watch that pattern. Notice how it essentially did not change at all. So let's go one final time back to the MNQ. And right here, we're looking at the same pattern, but with the way it's set up, the micro contains a whole lot less risk. And when you focus and do these sorts of situations, it's, at least for me, it's good for my brain. It keeps me mentally engaged. It makes me feel like I'm doing something, right? Because as traders, well, we want to be trading, but we also don't want to put ourselves in the spot where we're not taking any trades because we're not at the max confidence level. But with this, you don't have to be at max confidence level to still be getting involved with trades because you can put on a trade with much less risk. So instead of sit here and preach, let me walk you through a perfect example using some of my real life trades of how this works. So here's a situation where I like the pullback, right? Strong move up, prices pulling back, but it's sort of a stronger pullback. So I don't know, is this going to be a much deeper move? So like I said, I like the pullback, but as you can see the mental, I don't know, is this is this kind of too intense of a pullback? Not quite sure. So therefore, no, I'm not going to be willing to take as much risk with the NQ. But up here you can see I'm doing the micro, the MNQ, which allows me to still take advantage, play the pullback, but in such a less risky way. How much of a less risky way? Well, look at right now. I'm already in the trade, and it's gone against me, and I'm down a whopping $1. Now, keep in mind that if you are right, you're not going to be making a whole lot of money. But the point is, remember, we're doing this because of risk reasons, so we want to keep risk minimal. So right here, I'm down $1. So as I let this trade play out, just watch these numbers and see how they fluctuate, and you're going to notice very unimpressive in the sense of, okay, yeah, that was up much. Okay, that wasn't down much. So, but again, the whole idea here is let's keep this going. Let's keep and get involved in the market, but keep it in a risk-conscious way. So like I said, watch this number here. You're seeing it fluctuate. Down $1.50, down $2, up $2, down $1 or up 50. You get the idea. I can't even keep up with that. I'm not an auctioneer. But right there, you can see it's going, and just trying to see. And right there, it does not bounce. And I am getting ready to cut the loss. And right there, I cut the loss, which eventually put me in the red a bit. Now, this next part will probably impress you the most because I don't know how I did it. It's actually really hard to do. But of my first 5 trades on this particular day, I was 0 for 5. Seriously, go try to lose 5 trades in a row. It takes skill. But somehow I had a terrible morning. I was 0 for 5. But the one smart thing I did, again, thanks to futures and the feature that they provide in the sense of these micros, the big brother and little brother relationship, is that in total, I was down basically $70. So 0 for 5, and yet only down $70. However, then I spotted a situation where my confidence level under certain protocol rose a whole lot. And the situation was, I'd like to get short at that red line, and I'd like to get out at that green line right there. So a very minimal move. I like I said, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of this setup, but for the sake of this video, my confidence level was much higher. I was liking what I saw. So therefore, I was willing to put on more risk. Therefore, now all of a sudden, I am on the NQ. We're going to the big brother. So 0 for 5, but because I chose to just do the micros, 0 for 5, down 70. But let's see what happens on this trade here. Now, it's going to be very quick. So you'll want to watch this number as it'll fluctuate. And then when the number shows up over there, that means the trade is over. So let's see how this one played out. Again, we're on the NQ, more risk because my confidence level was high, I was willing to take on that risk. So you can see I'm in and then out just like that. So I don't know, what was that? Maybe 4 seconds, and put $240 in my pocket, which overall put me into the green. And that's what it's all about. That's what I'm absolutely loving about futures is I was 1 for 6 on the day, yet still walked away comfortably green. Wiped away 5 losing trades. Well, that's a little deceiving, Clay, because those 5 trades were on a different product and that product was such lower risk. Yes, exactly. That is the point. That's the whole point of all this, is that I was still able to get involved in the markets, but doing it in a wise way. So like I said, in my credit, at least deep down, I knew, I'm not quite sure I'm seeing things the right way. I'll still take the trades. And yes, I was 0 for 5. Yes, I was down $70, but then when the setup and situation showed up that allowed me to take on more risk, just like that, I was back into the green. So yes, it is a little deceiving in the sense of, well, you're trading 2 different things, but I wasn't, because as I showed you, you're still trading the same setup, whether it's a pullback or a pattern or what have you. You're just trading it in different senses from the risk profile standpoint, and that's what I'm loving and finding very powerful about futures, is they allow you to stay involved, but in smart ways. And the other great thing about futures is there's prop firms that are available to you, and I just want to share with what they are, because I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm doing the prop firm, but in summary, a prop firm allows you to put very little of your money on the line, and then if you can prove yourself, you can make a whole lot of upside reward. So it's really solid, very minimal, your money at risk. If you can prove yourself, then you have a whole lot of that upside potential. And the firm that I use is Take Profit Trading, and you can go to their website, learn more if you want. But they give you a good sequence of things, and make sure you use the link down below, because they're running promotions, and that link will ensure you get the best deal possible at whatever time you're watching this video. But prop firms, really, really powerful and beneficial. So I hope this video helped. I hope it's intrigued you in futures and just some of the benefits that futures truly do provide. And I also wanted to encourage you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I offer. So if you go to that link, claytrader.com/live, it'll give you the information on when the next current live class is. But this will explain my philosophy of the market, my approach to the markets, the tools that I'm using, and why the tools that I'm using really do accomplish a whole lot for everybody, no matter what you're trading, how your approach is. So like I said, if you're interested, then definitely get signed up for the free webinar by first going to that link and seeing when the next live class is. So I hope this helps. If there's any questions or anything like that, check out, leave me a comment down below, and then check out the links in the description section, whether that is you wanted that free futures class or you want to learn more about the prop firm and the prop firm that I use. But again, definitely use the link there so you're taking advantage of the promotion. So I hope this helps. But yes, futures are very powerful, and I love the way they allow you to balance risk levels with confidence levels.